This was a sign that he should follow the tunnel to Sleepy Forest. He yawned again. Yep, definitely a sign. It was settled then. Off he trotted through the tunnel. The path twisted and turned, dotted here and there with glowing lilac mushrooms, yellow moonflowers, and little glittering gemstones. Then it emerged into a forest not unlike the one he came from, except here lanterns were strung between the trees, and little fairies were flitting between the treetops. There was a loud rustle in the tree above him, and the silly crocodile put his snout to the sky, looking out for the source of the noise. A little grey furry face poked out between the leaves and looked right back at him, curiouser and curiouser. There, just hanging out in the tree, was a koala. "Hello there," said the little face. Two big furry ears and a velvety nose tilted as he cocked his head. "I'm Coco. Who are you?" The silly crocodile introduced himself. "You're not from here, are you?" Coco said. "I know nearly everyone in Sleepy Forest, and I've never seen you before." The crocodile explained how he'd come here through some kind of magical tunnel, one that definitely hadn't been there yesterday. Coco giggled. "Yeah, that sounds about right," he said. "Sleepy Forest is always doing things like that. He always brings people here who need a rest." The crocodile yawned again, and Coco giggled. "People like you," he said. He shimmied down the tree trunk and padded down onto the grass. Coco held out a paw and shook the silly crocodile's front foot. "Nice to meet you," he said. Then he began marching off along the path. "Follow me," he called over his shoulder. The silly crocodile shrugged and scampered along after Coco, humming to himself, stopping only when distracted by silly things like a rock that looked like his friend Freddy the Frog, or a stick that he wanted to poke Coco with. Soon they came to a cabin, a big, cosy-looking one, with a tree growing right through the middle. There was a porch where a sleeping, snoring grandpa koala rocked back and forth in a rocking chair, and a garden speckled with flowers, buzzing with bees, and filled with birdsong. "This is my house," Coco said. "Welcome. It's very relaxing here. I think you'll like it. It's the perfect place to rest. I'm going to get supplies. You just sit right there and get comfy." The silly crocodile stopped in his tracks and plumped himself down on his belly. The grass was soft and wispy, and he giggled as it tickled his tummy, rolling onto his back to watch a fluffy cloud float across the sky. Coco disappeared into the house, then came back with full arms, walking awkwardly as he tried to see over the pile and nearly tripping over his grandpa's slippers. The little koala joined the silly crocodile in the garden and threw down a picnic blanket with a flourish. The checkered red, orange and blue blanket drifted gently onto the grass, landing partly over the silly crocodile's head, turning the world multicolour. "Oops, sorry," the little koala giggled, as the crocodile crawled from under the blanket and flopped down on top of it, pretending to scold Coco in a funny voice, which made him laugh even harder. Coco threw open the flaps of the hamper he'd slung over his left shoulder, and brought out a pile of colouring books and pencils, comics and a radio, before delving deeper and fishing out jam sandwiches, pints of pickled ice cream, and strawberry muffins. "Supper," he called it. "Now," said Coco, "we lie here and relax." The koala flopped onto his back and rested his paws on his little tummy, taking a big, deep breath and sighing out with a satisfied grin. The silly crocodile pointed to the comics and colouring and asked if they were going to colour, or read, or play. "You can do that if it makes you feel relaxed," Coco said. "But me, I'd like to just listen to the bugs and the leaves and enjoy the sunset." The silly crocodile looked out over the trees,